Hi guys, I want to talk about self-sabotage today because it is what I am dealing with, and I think that a lot of people deal with it to some extent. So I think that it's important to talk about the reasons behind it and how to overcome self-sabotaging, because I think that in most of the cases in our lives, our belief systems kind of create our own reality. Believe it or not, but the things that you believe about yourself actually turn out to be true in most of the cases. So if you kind of believe that you do not deserve success, or that it's just not your thing, or if you have some other beliefs concerning money and success and yourself and the world, it can alter your reality a lot. So I just wanted to talk about it and to tell you kind of what I have learned and what I have noticed and the tips and tricks that might help you along the way. First of all, self-sabotaging behavior can be expressed in very many ways. You can sabotage your career, you can sabotage your relationship, you can sabotage your studies. It basically is the behavior that interferes with your long-term goals. And for example, you say, well, I want to lose weight, and then you do nothing about it, and you never go to the gym, and you continue to eat crap, and you never lose weight, and then you say like, oh, I'm such a loser, I can never do anything, and then you just keep reinforcing this wrong beliefs in your own brain. So the main reasons for people to self-sabotage are, as I said, inner beliefs. So first of all, it is feeling unworthy. A lot of the times everything seems to be going great, but we believe that we do not deserve this. Internally, we may even not consciously say this or think about it, but if we subconsciously believe that we are not worthy of a good relationship, or of success at work, or of being rich, or whatever it is that we believe in, when opportunities will show up, you will keep making the wrong choices. You will keep making the decisions that lead you further away from what you want, or you will just keep missing the appointments and doing, I don't know, like you will just do stuff that will keep you from achieving the things that you want, because you subconsciously don't believe that you deserve to get what you want. Another reason for people to self-sabotage can be bad habits. For example, alcohol or drug abuse, or smoking, or some kind of an mutilation, or eating disorders. A lot of things that can be familiar to you, and you might have these habits for a very long time, and they weigh you down and they stop you from achieving greater things, and you know about it, but you don't really want to do anything about it because it is something that is familiar and that you have a lot of experience with. Another thing is familiarity of failure. So if your family had the same mindset of lack, or this mentality of not being successful, probably you picked it up. And as well, if you are more familiar with failing in general, you would say, why should everything change? If I failed in everything that I tried, this time I will fail as well, and I will not even try. Or if I try, I already start with this failure mindset in my head, which of course, if you have it, you will never seize the opportunities that come your way, because you just don't see them, or you don't believe that you can seize the opportunities. So if you are familiar with failure mostly, it can stop you from even trying to achieve something better. Another thing might be need for excitement. For example, if you procrastinate until the last day, and then you don't sleep for 2 nights and just work like crazy and exhaust yourself because it gives you a thrill, and because it makes it exciting for you, and it is more exciting than it normally would be if you continuously worked for a week, like for 4 hours every day. The last thing is an unconscious desire to be in control. And you might think that this is ridiculous, but it actually makes a lot of sense, because if we control our own failures, we kind of feel that, yeah, everything is as it is supposed to be. Everything is as I want it to be, because I know that I will fail, and so I will subconsciously sabotage myself and do stuff that will make me fail, or like I will end a perfectly good relationship because this is like what I can do, and in order for it not to fail in the future anyway, I will rather do it myself now and be in control of that. Actually, taking your own failure in your own hands is kind of wanting to be in control ultimately. It is not really easy to change your belief systems, especially if it's something that you grew up with. We pick this stuff up even unconsciously, even if there was no one around you to tell you that you're a failure and you will never achieve anything, or that you don't deserve the good things. First of all, your brain might do that for you. You have to pay attention to your inner dialogue and to your inner beliefs. And yes, it is not easy to change them overnight, and it's not easy to change them at all. But with paying attention to your thought and by consciously changing them, you can achieve another mentality, and you can come to a thought pattern, to like a mentality where you believe that you deserve to be successful, and you can and you will be successful, because whatever you believe you can or you can't, you're right. Like, if you don't believe that you can do something, it doesn't make sense to even try. Another thing is working on your perfectionism, because sometimes perfectionism can be a reason for self-sabotage. So you will think that if I cannot do it perfectly, then I cannot do it at all. I would rather like not even bother doing it. But perfection is something that can never be achieved. Like, there will always be someone who is better than you in something, or there will always be people who are like prettier or smarter or something. So yeah, perfection is unachievable and unattainable, and I think that just admitting that good enough is the first step to overcoming this perfectionism thinking. One more is to think about other people. A lot of the times that you sabotage yourself, you also kind of reflect it on others, because we function as a society, and if you have a family or if you are working in a group, you sabotaging your relationship will mirror on another person. If you sabotage your work, you will kind of let the entire group down. If you are a father of a family and or a mother of a family that doesn't believe that they can make enough money to sustain the family, you will not allow your family to reach the level of living that they probably deserve, and so on. So when you sabotage yourself, it also reflects on other people, because we all just are connected like this. Explore life. There are so many things that life has to offer, and a lot of times when we think in a very small category, or when we just don't open ourselves up to possibilities, we cut so many different things that could happen in our lives if we just let them in. So it makes sense to kind of try new things, allow things to happen in your life that you wouldn't expect to happen, but still like go with the opportunity and just see where it takes you, because sometimes you cannot even imagine that something can be your job, and it can. And I think that it's very important to open yourself up to new things and try them. And the last thing is to stop seeing success as black and white. There is nothing like this will be the ultimate thing. Like, if I don't achieve this, then I fail. If I achieve this, then I will be the most successful person that I ever knew. Success can be different for different people. For one person, it can be a happy, healthy family. For another person, it can be a marvelous career. For the next person, it can be a perfect body. So success is what makes you happy. And for me, success is just the internal feeling of happiness, and you don't have to answer to other people. Like, if you buy a new car at the age of 45, you still have a new car. It doesn't have to be like at the age of 20. Or if you found your perfect partner at the age of like 60, still like you still have the thing that you always wanted, and it doesn't matter when it comes or how it comes or what this thing is. If it makes you happy, then you are already successful. And I think that it is also very important not to compare ourselves to others, because we can achieve whatever we want if we just put our mind into it. And it doesn't help watching what other people want or do. Well, sometimes it is helpful, because then we know more about life and about how to achieve stuff. But what I'm trying to say is that some people might have more than you do now. It doesn't matter at all, because it doesn't mean that you will have less than them tomorrow. Because if you start working on your dreams and goals today, then in a year you will already so much further away than if you have never started because you self-sabotaged instead of that. I hope that what I talked about made sense. I hope that you found it somewhat helpful. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I love you very, very much. Be nice humans, and see you very, very soon. Goodbye.